So one day I was on Facetime with a boy who I thought was extremely cute, and I had to go use the bathroom.
What'd you do?
But I wasn't gonna tell him, hey, yo, I'm gonna go take a bath. Like, no, I wasn't gonna say that. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna brush my teeth right now. Like, I swear to God, I remember pushing the mute button.
Girl, what do you mean mute? Why did you not hang up? I would have way too much anxiety even to just trust the mute button. Are you crazy? You hang up and you put your phone in a different room.
I'm out here vibing, doing my thing, you know, like, you just imagine. I was on the toilet, I was exploding. And then I hear him on the phone saying, damn girl, you got so much gas. I checked my phone and the mute button isn't on, which means he literally heard everything.
No. I'm sweating. I'm instantly sweating. I instantly felt that embarrassment that you would feel. When my brother was born, my mom told me he was a C-section. The next day, my teacher asked how the delivery went. I told her he came out in sections. How old were you that you thought C-sections meant he came out in sections? She called my mom asking if everything was okay. That is a very disturbing thought and image. And your teacher must have been sitting there and been like, what? Like, I would call your mom too and I'd be like, what happened?
Waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things.
Oh no, what?
Things will get better. I'm trying to get rid of them, but nothing.
I'm afraid. Can we talk about the fact that you're emailing your dentist to say that you're scared of the appointment? Do we do this? Are we allowed?
Is this allowed? Is that allowed?
I didn't know we could email them and let them know that we're freaking terrified of what's about to happen in our mouth because, oh, that does not sound appropriate. I can only imagine opening this email and just getting, I am afraid.
Your finger down if when you were 15 years old you went to your first high school party but your mom thought you were sleeping over at your friend's house and you were sleeping over at your friend's house. But she had just gotten her license a few weeks before and she wanted to take you and your other friend to this party. And when you got to the party, you'd never drank before in your entire life, so you didn't really want to start that night. But your friend starts drinking and you're like, oh my God, why are you drinking? You're the only one of us who has a license. You have to drive us home. How are you going to get home? And she's just like, oh, you have your permit. You can take us home. And you're just like, no, I've only driven 3 times in my entire life and never at night. And I've only had my permit for a month. They can't drive us home. But your friend's already drunk, so you have to take them home. So you're sitting there mentally preparing yourself to be able to drive your friends home, even though you don't actually know how to drive.
There's so much wrong with this story. Drinking and driving, and then not even legally having your license. There's a lot wrong here. Girl, the fact you're admitting to this is pretty brave.
And then the cops show up to the party because 2 guys get into a fight and you have to drive you and your friends home. And some guy named Eric who's 20 years old gets in the back of the car and goes, can you take me home? And you leave him in a 7-Eleven parking lot.
Wow, okay. This was a lot. I felt like I was back in school. You have to listen to the lecture so carefully because they only give out the information once and you're like, oh, it could be on a test and you're trying so hard
to like keep up with the prof and you're trying to write out your notes as they're talking really fast. That's what this felt like.
You probably should have left everyone at the 7-Eleven parking lot and you probably should have too. Like, you should have left your car there. Y'all can walk home, cab home, ride your bikes home. That's what I used to do back in the day.
It's my first year teaching at a new school. So one of my students' parents was known as the hot dad of the school. So I'm doing parent drop-off. Dad wasn't a big talker, which is fine because you don't have to be when you're that pretty. But today he's being super nice and talking my ear off. So of course I'm engaged in conversation with him. Conversation's done, I turn my focus to the other parents dropping off. But in the background I hear this dad say, okay, say goodbye to daddy. Clearly he wasn't talking to me, but for some strange reason, I responded with, goodbye dad. Stopped myself because I saw the look of horror on his face, but felt like it was too awkward to finish off. So I said, goodbye, daddy.
Oh my God. A kid goes to say goodbye, daddy, and the teacher goes goodbye. Can you imagine? This is uncomfortable for everybody. Oh my God. And you're a new teacher. Oh my God. Apply to different schools like ASAP. I could never handle that. I could not handle that.
I was a brand new bank teller and I'm nervous as all hell. They kept telling us, use your customer's name 3 times in every transaction. And I open up the profile and it says the
3
Han.
times?
The Han. Okay, just go with it. I'm like, hi, the Han, how can I help you today? He looks at me strangely. He's like, okay, can I make a deposit?
The Han.
So I'm like, sure, the Han. Anything else for today, the Han?
If I saw that that was the name, I probably would have asked another employee and been like, do I call them the Han? What do I say? Do I ask them, hey, what's your name? Like, oh, or like bring it up? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I just start calling them the Han.
Why do you keep calling me that?
The Han.
And I'm like, the Han, that's your name. My name's Steve. So I turn over the profile. I'm like, look, it says the Han. And he's like, the Honorable. I'm a judge.
Technically, you did what you were told. This is what it said was the name. You used the name 3 times. Maybe the judge has a nice sense of humor. Why doesn't it say Steve though? Even I understand it has his profession, but it should also say Steve.
10 years ago, I worked at this company, and this really sweet Korean family worked as the janitors there. And I'm Korean. I don't speak it well, and you're about to find out. And the husband and wife, they wanted to introduce me to their daughter, who had just started working with them. And I should have said, 반가워요, which means nice to meet you. And instead I said, 방구와요, which means the fart is coming. And I did this while bowing.
You bowed to introduce yourself basically and said the fart is coming. And the fact you bowed would make it seem like you were preparing to fart. Oh my God. I can't believe that there was just like one little slight change in that sentence, and that goes from hi, my name is, or nice to meet you, to the fart is coming. We gotta fix language, y'all. We gotta fix the system here.
I was in 8th grade.
Okay.
Had the biggest crush on this kid.
Aww.
We went floating down the river.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I was on my period.
I don't like where this is going.
And rivers, they don't go together. I soaked up the whole damn river in that maxi pad. We went and played baseball later on. Of course, the sticky isn't gonna stick anymore with the pad.
No.
I hit the most beautiful ball to first base.
I'm so scared for her.
That's where he was. As I was running, my maxi pad
fell out
and stuck to my calf.
No!
Rumor has it, that's the day he found out about periods.
The fact it stuck to your calf really got me. If it fell, I would just run. I wouldn't run to the base, I would run home. Okay, I would just keep running and pretend it didn't happen and just not exist anymore. I have an embarrassing story I'll tell. I stuffed my bra one time in elementary school, and I was on a trampoline, and the stuffing I forgot, and I was jumping and going crazy, and it all fell out, and everyone, including boys, it was a group of us, my guy friends and girlfriends, they all saw the stuffing fall out, and everyone laughed, and it was embarrassing.
So get this, I was about 8, and I was sitting in one of those wooden desks, you know, the old time wooden desk where it came up to the top, and there just so happened to be a little hole in my seat. Just, you know, it was just there, and I was bored, so my finger was going around, and all of a sudden it got stuck. They had to unbolt the seat, call the maintenance man, whole 9 yards, tried soap, everything, could not get it out.
What? How does your hand get stuck in a seat that bad? Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. What? Then they had to call my mother and ask her to come here, please, because they had to cut my finger out of the seat. So I am walking down the halls with the seat attached to my finger, walking down the halls.
Y'all want to know something crazy? This just reminded me of, you know, when you go to a bowling alley, how that thing disperses the balls, and they always say, don't put your freaking hands there. My sister, my oldest sister, we were all bowling. She stuck her hand down there. Ball came up, boom, arm was jammed, hand stuck in that thing. It was a nightmare. She's okay, she was fine. Nightmare.
I was an assistant manager of GameStop, and I was really efficient and good at what I did. So I was really fast, all this stuff. So I noticed we're pretty busy one day, and people keep coming into my line, lots of men. Well, it's mostly men who shop there, so I don't think anything of it. I'm just checking everyone out, blah, 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 being friendly, being my normal self. And people keep looking down at me, like, you know, in this area.
That's still weird. Yeah, it's still weird. Random men.
Well, then finally this woman gets in my line, and I'm like, hi, and she goes, hey, your shirt is unbuttoned and everyone can see everything, and that's why all the men keep coming over. And I was beyond mortified.
I would cry. Luckily, I don't have yabos, so if that happened to me, they wouldn't see much, so I wouldn't be that mortified. Not a fun situation, but like, free the nipple, I'm all for it.
So I'd been meaning to take an online eye test through 1-800-CONTACTS, and I kept forgetting about it. So one day when I was getting out of the shower, I thought, you know what, let's do it right now. I have my phone on me. I remembered to do it. I'm just gonna do it. It had you stand far away, like 10 feet away from your phone, cover one eye, read the numbers.
You're
cover
naked?
the other eye, read the numbers. I get done, I send it in. It says, okay, a doctor will review this video. And that's when I realized I had just been standing there naked because I had just gotten out of the shower for the entire video. And now a doctor was going to look at it.
I cannot believe that. That's bad. Could you call someone and be like, I need to cancel the video that you're about to receive. Like, do not open it because I'm naked. And that's out there, y'all. And you sent that online. That is on the internet out there. And like, they could keep the video and show people. That's a bad day. That's a bad day. Those are some TikTok story times, embarrassing stories. I love embarrassing moments. They're so funny. I like them when they don't happen to me, but I have shared some of mine. So please share some of yours in the comments. I'm out of here though. Stay classy and stay sassy. Bye. TikTok story time that gave me secondhand embarrassment or something like that. My lip gloss is smearing everywhere. Oh my God, I'm so excited. If you're new here, I love embarrassing stories and content like that. Oh, it's like my favorite thing. I'm sorry, my head is itchy. My hair is bothering me. Sorry, I have an itch on my nose. My nose is so itchy for some reason. Have you even subscribed to the channel yet? Don't be a fake fan. Hit that subscribe button. You know you want to.